Okay, let's try start again. Or not start again, just pick up where you left off.
Okay, so those power plants that serve in that intermediate zone where the load is swinging, they're the intermediate plants, and they follow the load throughout the day. Every once in a while, when the sun's really shining hot and there's a big spike in power use because everybody turns their air conditioner on, those are the peaking times. And so we have peaking plants that are designed specifically to come on rapidly to fill that need, and then when that spike is over, why they turn them off again. Well, so that's the conventional base load, intermediate, and swing. So one of the problems that the electric utility industry has right now with the modern technologies coming in and increasingly competing for serving that power that's consumed under the load duration curve is that the economies of scale for the conventional plants are based on size. In other words, the bigger you made particularly your base load and your intermediate load plants, the bigger they were, the cheaper each unit of production was. So they kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger until they ran into some limit physically. But that means that we have a relatively few very, very large plants. All of the nuclear plants are base load plants. Many coal plants are. Some coal plants are intermediate plants. Peak plants tend to be natural gas burners. But now with the modern systems, the economies of scale are entirely different. They're based on how many of them we make on manufacturing. The more of them we make in batches or on assembly lines, the cheaper each unit becomes, which means we want to make lots and lots of them. And that means we want to spread them out all over the place, not centralized, but dispersed and distributed. So those are fundamentally different dynamics that are in play. Those are paradigm shifters that are now at work with in terms of which technologies get deployed to provide these services. And so what happens when we have more and more and more dispersed and distributed generators coming on, which are available when the wind's blowing or available when the sun's shining, or maybe you got some storage capacity that you can use, whether it's batteries or crop residues, biofuel systems that can follow a load and be dispatchable. The point is that there's a whole lot of them, and they're scattered around and about, and they tend to come on and come off at somewhat irregular intervals, and that is really, really disruptive to the power engineers who are trying to maintain the amount of power that is being produced at any point in time exactly matching the amount of power that is consumed at any point in time. Because if you don't, you're going to be melting wires, or you're going to be burning out transformers if you're producing too much, and if you're not producing enough, your voltages collapse and your system will go down. So you have to match at every instant in time, 24/7, 365 days a year, every minute of every hour, the amount of energy produced must match the load. That's really hard to do when you're injecting all of these many, now thousands and thousands and thousands of dispersed and distributed generation facilities, while you have to maintain the base load of 1,000-megawatt increments that come from reactors and big coal plants. Very difficult to do. And so that is part of the dynamic that is driving the transition that we're into. And so as we've injected these these independent system operators to manage the market, the way that they define what the price of power is the cost of delivering power to any point in the system at any given point in time. So now take a hypothetical situation in which you as a consumer are paying 10 cents per kilowatt hour. Okay, 10 cents. So of that 10 cents, roughly 4 of it is for the generator at the power plant. About 3 of it is for the big high voltage transmission system to deliver that power to the load centers. And then the remaining 3 is to operate the distribution system to deliver the power to the individual consumer places, whether it's industrial or commercial or residential. So in the independent market, all that's determined by the MISO, why the way they define the price of power to deliver to any point in time and space is the cost of delivered power. So if you take that 10 cents that I was talking about, to deliver power to a substation that is serving a community, that cost is roughly the 4 cents for the generation and the 3 cents for the transmission. 7 cents to deliver power to that location. Okay, so now here we have the fundamental contradiction that is driving our ability to move quickly towards deployment